Yeah, everybody, my name is Lyle and welcome to the channel. So we've got this video for us today. Somebody sent me this link. It's the US, the UK, Australia and South African English. The differences between all of those languages. So let's jump in. Even though we all speak English, we all say different words for different things. So let's jump in, and I thought this would be an interesting video to make. So let's go and let's see what they've got.
We say paka paka. Those are paka pakas. Thongs?
Thongs. First thing that comes to mind is the panties. What if you needed to buy some thongs and thongs?
No. Well, they're completely different, aren't they? It's thongs and a G-string. But we'll find out what they say.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like every time I learn something new.
And it's like a conversation point when you meet someone from that country. I know this slang.
Yeah.
And you learn how to pronounce words differently, because we do pronounce words differently. And that allows you to communicate better with other people.
So in the US, we call these flip-flops.
In the UK, we also say flip-flops.
In Australia, we call them thongs.
They are flip-flops, flip-flops. But the thing is, right?
Thongs.
We have so many languages in South Africa, so we use some of our native language to describe some of the words. So can I say what we would actually say? We say paka paka. Those are paka pakas.
So it sounds like
The sound.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
That's onomatopoeia. Okay.
I like
Bit
that.
patter patter.
It
Okay.
sounds like the sound.
Yeah.
I know in New Zealand they call them jandals, which is short for Japanese sandals, which I thought was very interesting.
Now I would, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, first thing that comes to mind is the panties.
Of course.
However, I think way back in the day, a lot of people from the States called it thongs. And it may also depend on your state. Maybe some people still call it thongs, but mostly, like, I would think of the panties.
I think in the UK they wouldn't just particularly know, but I've just heard it a lot now. Immediately know thongs.
Yeah.
This thong, this thong.
But don't you get confused though? If I were to send you to the store, please get me some tongs. What are you gonna get for me?
I guess it depends on where it's from that asked. Because like if I was going to say that, I expect you to get me flip-flops. But if I was American, I guess you're getting me the other thing.
What if you needed to buy some thongs and thongs?
We don't call these thongs. We call that the G-string.
Yeah.
See, different words,
So in
see?
the US, we would call these bangs.
In the UK we would call these
Fringe.
Yeah, Australia too. We say fringe.
We say a bit of both. We say both. We say either fringe or bangs. Like if you want to be fancy.
We don't call them bangs at all. It took me ages to actually work out what they were talking about. Yeah, fringe we call it.
I feel like it's the opposite for us. I feel like most people call it bangs, but if you want to be fancy or just be a little different, maybe some people will call it fringe.
maybe like little ones.
Yeah, like this.
Well, for me, it's not natural. Like, unless you get like hair extensions. Ponytails.
Ponytails?
Ponytails?
Pigtails.
Pigtails? This is not braid for you.
I mean, it is a braid, but that's pigtails.
No,
Me
it's
too.
ponytails or pigtails or what is she talking about? Braid? Huh? That's what you've done to it.
Ponytail braids.
Ponytail.
Yeah.
This is a ponytail. No? Because it's like a ponytail.
Everything is to
Yeah.
generalize.
Ponytail.
Wow.
Everything. I call these plaits.
Oh yeah.
Well, plaits is what you've done to it. Yeah.
Fancy way to say braids for us, but
Yeah,
we
braids is
would
like,
understand
ugh.
plaits, yeah. So in the US, we would call this chapstick.
In the UK we will call this lip balm.
In Australia, we call it lip balm.
Yeah, lip balm.
Lip ice. Even if it's another brand, it's still lip ice.
Oh, there's a
Okay,
brand,
lip
brand
ice,
called Lip
okay.
Ice?
There is a brand called Lip Ice, yeah.
Ah.
Oh, so they've gone for the brand instead of what it's called. Like Velcro is the brand instead of what the actual thing is. I think it's called Hook and Loop. I think it is, but Velcro is the brand.
That's right.
Yeah. Even if you're using soft lips or whatever, it's still lip ice.
When I hear lip ice, I would think of those, chapstick or lip balm that would feel icy, like the minty ones.
I think a lot of people also just call everything Vaseline. Like amongst like my age, because we were really into Vaseline, so we just kind of called them all Vaseline.
Wait,
Yeah.
you use Vaseline on your lips as
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
the
From the
most
tub?
popular. A little tub, or we had these
Yeah,
tins
yeah.
that were like Vaseline.
So the US, we would call these pants.
In the UK, we would call these trousers.
In Australia, we call them pants.
Pants, yeah.
Pants. That word broek is not something I would say because I'm not Afrikaans. So we just say pants.
Does pants mean pants? Underpants.
Yeah. Interesting.
Could get confusing, pants and trousers. Or usually we just
Trousers, we would call trousers if they were fancy, like suit trousers. We wouldn't call them suit. Well, maybe suit pants, but more suit trousers. But pants is just, your jeans or your trousers. We just call them pants.
specify like particular like jeans or leggings, suit trousers, or
I think, yeah, we just kind of generalize pants, 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 pants.
Exactly. Khakis, I'm like,
Put on your pants.
what's what?
Hurry up. Here in the US, we would say swimsuit.
in the UK we would say swimming costume or cosy for short.
In Australia, we usually call those bathers or swimsuits.
Depends where you're from in Australia. Depends because there's a whole range of different words for your bathers. Boardies if you're Australian, if you're a male, grab your boardies. Cosy is also what we call it. Grab your cosy. Swimmers as well. We call them swimmers. Just depends where you're from.
It's so long when you think about it. Swimming
Yeah,
costume.
swimming costume.
Yeah. Swimming cosy.
Yeah.
I like cozies. I didn't know about cozies. Interesting. Didn't use that word.
I think maybe a lot of people wouldn't from the States. We don't hear that word often, so maybe it would be a little confusing unless they are like influenced by other countries. In the US, we would say sweater, I guess.
In the UK, this in particular would be a sweatshirt, but the knitted ones we would
Can we see a picture?
call
There's no
jumpers.
picture.
Specify either sweatshirt or jumper, depending on the material.
I think in Australia, we call this a jumper.
In South
Everything's a jumper.
Africa, we just call this a jersey.
Jersey.
See, jersey I would reserve for a sports team. If you had like a rugby union or a rugby, you'd call that a jersey. That's your jersey. Jumper is what you would wear every day.
Let's see. That's
Oh, that could be confusing.
Oh, there it is in the top corner.
super confusing.
Jumper, we call it.
Because jersey is like the sports jersey.
Yeah,
See,
I
right?
know there's like, go put on your jersey. It means something's warm. Whatever you can find, put it out.
I never knew that.
But of course, I know it's a sweater. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
See, we never call them sweaters.
In the US, we would call these popsicles.
In the UK, we would call these ice lollies.
In Australia, we call them icy poles.
Well, in South
Depend. I need to see the picture because there's so many different words for it in Australia.
Africa, a lot of us would call this ice cream. Even though it's not ice cream, I know it's an ice lolly, but we would say ice cream.
No, see, we would call that an ice block. When I was a kid, that would just be an ice block. It wouldn't be icy pole. We'd never call it an icy pole. Ice block.
Cool. It's totally different in the States. Like ice cream would be like a bowl of ice cream, and then a popsicle would be the one on the.
We'd never use
Because
popsicle.
it's even made with like different ingredients. Ice cream made with cream and ice lollies. I don't know, what do they
Fruit? I guess it depends.
Yeah, we would just call it ice block.
Yeah,
Everything's an ice block.
Icy pole is interesting.
Yeah.
Icy pole, yeah.
Yeah.
Icy pole.
icy pole?
It's on a pole.
See, icy pole, I wouldn't call that an icy pole. No, we'd call that something different in Queensland. Maybe different states have different. I know different states have different words, but yeah, no, ice block.
And it's icy.
Yeah. We have another word, like we would say like ice pop, which could be for this, but it's kind of more like the long stick
Oh,
ones
yeah,
that
we
you
also- yeah, ice
you
pop,
buy
yes,
like
ice
not
pop.
frozen.
In the US, these are just markers.
In the
Texters.
UK, maybe I'm old. I would say like this is either a whiteboard pen or a permanent marker pen. So I guess we would say marker, but usually we would say like either a whiteboard pen or a permanent marker pen. I don't know why we like making everything really long, but usually we would specify which one it is.
In Australia, we call these texters.
Text.
I don't know where it comes from, but texter. Yeah, that's what we call them. Yeah.
But yeah,
Making text.
maybe.
That's
Yeah.
smart. Well, in South Africa, we call them cookies.
Cookies.
Cookies,
But I
okay.
think it's derived from like Afrikaans words.
Okay.
Cookies.
Sounds so cute.
Yeah, I've only ever known them as texters. Okay.
Never heard that before.
It's like all the like marker pens is Kokies.
Actually,
Yeah, same with us,
the more
Texas
thinner
is
ones,
everything.
we call them Kokies. But we
Yeah.
still call these ones Koki, even though some people would say whiteboard marker. Majority, it is Koki.
In the US, we say sidewalk.
In the UK, we would say pavement.
In Australia, we call this a footpath.
Yeah,
In South
footpath.
Africa, we would also say footpath or pavement.
We never say pavement, footpath. Yeah, footpath. We'd never say sidewalk,
We
footpath.
also have footpath, but it means something else. Usually it's like public footpath, so like hiking, but kind of like hiking and you would walk through the countryside
okay.
and stuff. We
Footpath,
would
okay.
call it a footpath.
Like a trail would be a footpath.
Like
okay.
trails.
Trails, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like a pavement, it's more countryside kind of thing.
I always hear sidewalk, walk on the sidewalk, don't walk on the road. But yeah, footpath never. Pavement is just like the pavement,
Surface,
like the
yeah.
actual
Yeah.
pavement.
Maybe Koki.
I was gonna say.
Kokies is a good
Yeah.
one for texter.
So cute.
Yeah, just because I've
Yeah.
never heard that word before.
Yeah.
I think when I came here, I used that term because I'm a teacher. I used that term in class.
Oh.
I didn't know what is a Koki.
Oh, really?
I had to learn it. You have to say marker. Yeah, because these words, interesting. That's a new term that I learned as well.
I think footpath, I think maybe I heard it like once before, but it's kind of interesting.
Man, they've got to turn their music down when they do these videos.
The different words.
So loud.
So today we talked about some word differences.
If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you again very soon.
Bye.
Well, that was interesting. Picked up a few new words. I mean, even within the one country, you've got different words, for common things that we use every day. So, like the ice block, I've never called it an icy pole in my life. Or an ice cream, obviously not an ice cream. So ice lolly, we wouldn't call it that either. It's interesting. We all speak English, supposedly, but we all just grow up with different words, so let me know if you have a different word for something that was in the video. I'd be very interested to know, especially if you're from Australia. Let me know what you think of those different words that they use. So swimming cosy, I wouldn't use. I don't think I've ever used that. Swimming costume, I wouldn't use that. That just sounds old-fashioned and weird. Obviously being a bloke, I would just say get your boardies, we're going swimming. But let me know if you enjoyed that too. Very interesting video there. 4 people that speak English, 4 different words for stuff as well too. So guys, thank you very much for joining me. If you did like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up too. If you're new here, make sure you hit that big red button down there. You can't miss it, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll definitely see you in the next reaction video. Did you enjoy that video? Why not watch another one?